Hello everyone, it's Melanie here with Vintage Hill Studio. Today I have a fun fall card using these simple shapes. These are pieced cards and we're going to get 4 done in one fell swoop today. So this is the Cottage Flowers 12 by 12 paper pack from Recollections. It's got some beautiful papers in here. They are one-sided papers, not double-sided. And then it has these wonderful little pieces. I don't know what you call them. It's this, right? They're pre-printed pieces with some sentiments on there. So we're going to use those on the front of our cards this week. So I'm flipping through here, and I thought about using some patterned paper, but it kind of gets a little too busy with the patterned sentiment on the front, so I'm going to keep it very simple, hence the simple shapes card that I'm talking about. So let's get going on this. I'll just get one more piece of cardstock selected and we'll be ready to go. The fun thing about this is that everything coordinates so well that it makes choosing your papers so much easier than if you're, just pulling from your stash. So we will flip through here a little bit. I'm going to end up using this green and we will be ready to move forward. Okay, so you can see I've got 4 colors here. Now I'm going to bring over my Fiskars paper trimmer, and I'm going to trim these to 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Now a list of supplies and dimensions can all be found on the YouTube channel in the description area below this video. So pop on over there after this card making video if you want to recreate these for yourself. Makes it so much easier having that all written out. So you can see I've got my 4 different colors of cardstock there. They were all 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Then I'm going to simply cut along the long side, that 5-inch side, and I'm going to cut these in half at 2.5 inches. So that leaves you 8 pieces that are 2.5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. Okay, so the only other thing I need to do is cut these into triangles. And to do that, I'm going to cut the diagonal, and it helps to kind of keep these, maybe if you marked them, it would be easier. But you want to make sure you alternate these as you're cutting the diagonal so that they all fit on your 4 cards that we're going to make. And this will make sense in a little bit as we go along. You see here, I have to figure out, okay, I cut that one from the top left down to the right. Now I want to alternate this one and cut the opposite diagonals. So it's opposing diagonals that we're working on here. And you will just do the same with all those other 2.5 by 3 3/4 inch rectangles, and you've got opposing diagonals. Now if you measure this out using 4 pieces, it is exactly the 5 inches by 3 3/4 that we started with. So to help me place these, I'm going to cut a few mats just using white that are 5 inches by 3 3/4. Then I can glue those individual triangles on to this mat and then get that put on the front of my card. Now if I were to glue this directly to my card, I want to make sure I've got the right borders around the edges and the top and the bottom, so I thought that would be a little difficult. That's why I brought over the mat, and I'm going with this pre-matted version. So as you're getting these triangles put down on your mat, you can play around with the color combinations however you wish to do these, placing one color next to the other. And it is kind of like putting together a puzzle. So just get those placed on your mat, you'll be good to go. You're going to do the same thing, filling up all 4 mats, and then we'll be ready to move forward with just adding one more little detail before we put this on the front of our card. And so the card base this week is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And again, you're going to get 4 cards out of this one project. So this makes making your Thanksgiving or fall cards easy to just get so many done in one fell swoop. Okay, there are all of my card bases. Now to add a little dimension, I'm bringing over some embossing folders. Now you don't have to do this because they're beautiful on their own, just with the contrasting colors and the opposing diagonals. But look what happens when you add this little bit of texture. So I did get a little carried away. I did 4 different embossing folders. I just couldn't stop myself. Does that ever happen to you? You just get carried away and you're thinking, oh, that looks good. Let me try another. Let me try another one, so on and so forth. So here we go. Just highlighting all 4 of these embossing folders very quickly. Okay, you can see what beautiful dimension this gives. It's a little more detail to our plain fronts. And now, when I get ready to mat that on my card front, it looks really great. Let me find my sentiment. I'm going to put that a little in the center and over to the left. And that looks okay, but I thought, okay, I need to just mat this up a little bit, just to even out all of those opposing shapes. So I matted that with a little blue from that same paper pack, and I think it really sets off the diagonal panels. I'm just going to add a little bit of jute here, just for a little extra fallish touch. And I just used a little tape runner behind my panel, and I'm looping this around just very organically, giving it a little extra texture and a little more pop of color. Now, to help secure that on the back, I put a couple of strips of foam tape, and this will also pop up my panel. Since it is going to be a little uneven from that jute running around the back, this is my trick. Use a little bit of foam tape, even things up. So there's card number 1. And here's card number 2, 3, and 4. I am so happy that you dropped by to visit me today. I hope you get inspired to maybe give these simple shaped cards a little bit of attention. Give it a try. Again, all the supplies and dimensions are listed in the description below the video. So pop over there if you're interested in recreating these cards. I hope you have a wonderful crafty day and that you will come back and visit me again next week. Feel free to leave me comments, give me a thumbs up, become a subscriber if you're not a subscriber, and happy crafting, everyone.